So my life started as a child in India. Growing up, I had quite a bit of abundance as far as resources were concerned, but I still felt like an outcast and an outlier. I didn't feel like I belonged, and nor did I feel like I was needed.
Mm,
So I often called myself the Black Labrador of the family. And I was born into this tribe of golden retrievers. And then here I was, this black lab that was just seeking one thing, which was love, approval, and appreciation. I got that from my parents, but I didn't necessarily get it from the rest of my peer group or society because I grew up really obese and like a beast, but I was gentle. I was always taught to be affectionate, loving, and kind. Compassion ruled my existence ever since I was a child. That was the core of who I was. And as I went into school, I experienced for the first time the idea of bullying. And I was one of those few that was bullied as a child, as an obese child. And bullies don't come in ones, right? They come in packs. They come like in three or fours. And I'll never forget, I went through this cycle, okay, this cycle of pain, starting out as the victim, right? And I suffered there. I really suffered with this idea of being the victim. But the most important thing was that there was this missing ingredient between the perpetrator, collaborative victim, and the bystander, which is something that I learned after I got over the pain of being a victim, which is the guardian, protector, and the hero. So my life's journey has largely been about the hero's journey. And so from being a black Labrador, I morphed into this Black Panther to protect myself. So from being a, a child that was bullied, I became the bully's bully. But then what happened was really special, and I connotate this to a jungle full of animals, right? So here I was, this newly formed Black Panther, which is also in African tradition seen as the protector. And then I had all these bunnies and goats and, all these other weaker, jungle species come up to me to protect them because these guys were more powerful than them. I didn't know I had an omnipotent power till that time when I actually stood up, right? And then what happened was I took on the role of the guardian. And that was the most powerful thing I ever did. I protected others, and that's the whole idea of doing something or protecting something that's larger than me. And so that was the beginning of my journey into this massive transformation of the world and people and the planet. And that idea of being, able to find your inner Black Panther while still being able to live your life in service of others like a Labrador does, in love, compassion, and altruism, and being someone that really prides yourself on being loyal and loving. So very early on, the foundation was set for me to do this kind of work in my life. I didn't really follow the straight and narrow. I didn't become a doctor or engineer as my dad wanted me to. I always dreamed of being a hero. My childhood was surrounded by mythical creatures and extraordinary superhuman-like qualities of Iron Man. And so that's what I believe we are. Ultimately, we are the stories we tell ourselves and the stories we become in our lives. And that's something that I've become very, very cognizant of, is that with great power comes great responsibility. And that comes from Spider-Man. It's not something I said. I was inspired by all these extraordinary characters because at the essence of it is about becoming a better human and sacrificing yourself for something that's much larger than yourself. So that's how, Novus was born, how the X Fellows was born, and now how We the Planet is here and now. That is why I do the work I do. I do it, because I believe that one should lead a life of service to live into a bold future. The bold future is not going to be about acquisition or who's going to be a billionaire. I really believe that new billionaire is going to be one that impacts a billion lives. When you serve yourself, it's great for a living. But when you serve something that's larger than yourself, it's a good life. It's about going above and beyond what matters here and now and serving something that's much larger than you or me or us. And We the Planet is that dream of realizing that every single life form matters, whether it's a tree that's being cut down every day or the bushfires that destroyed 1 billion organisms and took out a whole biosphere. And I really believe that that's why We the Planet matters more than we the people right now. We have to strive as well as really dig deep to go beyond we the people, because truly speaking, that's all we focused on till now. We've really only focused on we the people. We have to start focusing on we the planet.
The Boldly Now Show, igniting the world of burning desire, big ideas, and bold action.